Okay, so let's keep backtesting here. We're gonna be resuming where I left off. So this was the 14th of January, right? We're gonna be doing the 15th, which Thursday. We have unemployment claims. Again, not the best news ever. But it can inject a little bit of volatility. Uh, all right, so let's look at daily here. So for weekly, it's Thursday. And so the weekly, this also is bullish, yeah. Weekly is like probably not gonna be an expansion candle. Oh, but like yeah, but like this candle here pretty much like it pretty much only supports expansion higher at this point. So like we hit this low, right? And we cannot really reverse from it, as you can see. We don't really close a C2, let's see. But this is where we hit it pretty late into the day. Or we fix this. All right. So we already hit it pretty late into that, and then so we actually do reverse, but we keep expanding, like um pretty much doing London and Asia. That's a I mean Asia and London. That's the problem here though. We can't really trade this continuation because it's like yeah, Europe PM, Asia, London that expand higher, right? Like this is a very large expansion, so uh ideally you want to wait, like if you want to trade higher you trade off of a 4-hour gap to require a new phase of price, but even then I think this is pretty far. So there's argue why I can get there. See if there is a SMT fill. No, these are equal lows, unfortunately. I would say this higher is pretty much it, just because we have these equal highs. All right. And yeah, the day is opening high first, so like it's gonna be pretty hard to trade this. Let's see what's happening inside of this BA though. I skipped to 8, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have PSP here. Are these equal lows? Yeah. It's not the best thing in the world. Like it is a form of SMT between these ones, right? Where it's like equal lows SMT. I don't like to use that. I'll rather have us like hit this gap. Like it's now a triple equal lows, pretty much. But this is tradable. Lucky. 15. Do we have a gap? Okay, we do have a gap. Is this also like we need YM to reverse though, pretty much? Because I don't see it. I don't think it is as like reversed. Yeah, not yet. I don't really care about QS because they're very high into the range. Technically, so is YM. A little bit less, actually. Okay, no, this did not expand at all that much. Yeah, it's really $30 here. Oops. Did we put a new low there? No, okay. Pretty close-ish. Okay, it looks pretty sure. Like, this is just consolidation. It really is just consolidation. I think RTO is probably gonna hit these lows at this point. Yeah, we got very close. As long as if we get some sort of strength switch. All right, so let's go hourly. This is the low, right? Yeah, okay, it's the 4-hour gap. I believe it's that low. Yes. Okay, so we broke SMT. We had SMT here. Perhaps 50 with a PSP. This would be pretty good. Oh wait. So it's like a two-stage like this where we break SMT, I believe. Pretty much. It's not the cleanest shit. I gotta say. And why the okay, no, it happens here. No, never mind, never mind. Alright. Yeah, so we just broke SMT really. It's like this. And technically that can is PSP. So it is like this actually. As long as when those reverse there, yeah, this is true. Well, you would trade RTY still, but so very close to low dead. Not ideally this best thing in the world, but if when does reverse again, definitely does have like potentially. I mean, kind of like like this 6 hour gap. I would not trade YM. Well, yeah, these odds are not they're not reversing, so we know this probably is a decoupling to manipulate, right? See if YM does reverse there. Alright, so this is sitting first. Okay, not again, not the clean. Did we hit this low? Okay, no, we just left equal lows. I did not see that. Yeah, okay. I don't think we can. It's obviously, it's like, obviously we hit these hourly lows inside of 4 hours, so that's like not the worst thing in the world that we leave this right here. That's probably like, ideally we hit that, but obviously YM did hit that low, right? Yes, like this, wherever it's, so we hit that. I don't know, perhaps we trade YM, it looks pretty shit though. So we get that CSD. Okay, we kind of don't want to see this. Yeah, I mean it's holding. Okay, as long as that does hold. See 5 minute. I would want to take RTY, but yeah, it's kind of late at this point. We could probably limit this gap. Is that 4 hour, brother? If this is a 4 hour gap on these, yeah, it is. Okay, so I think we're gonna trade YM. If you get, I mean, I don't think this is a CSD. Wait, let me see. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. It is on the 2 minute. And I'm pretty sure it looks pretty good on the 1 minute as well, yeah. I'm gonna enter market though, I think. So it's 2-stage with RTY, which is not ideal, to be fair. Usually, I like to pair here, so there is obviously 4 SMT fill, I believe. Yeah, it's definitely just 1 stage with these assets. Okay, so this is bugged, alright. Apparently. Yeah, it's just 1 stage here. This is also PSP on. This is transfer PSP. Technically, I mean, we do hit it on the 30 minute. No, okay, it's not. It's like if I want to do it this low, yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna take this. Just on the premise that RTY should definitely expand. You're open. Would I go? I would probably just go high that, and I don't like using like these 30-minute draws of liquidity, but this looks pretty good. Like this is like only lower time for this lower system liquidity, but I will take it to high bet. Obviously, I think this day rules out an expansion day lower. Very large wick, yes. So very small wick. The other assets are already, by the way, failing to play high depth by a long IO, like a long time ago. So this decoupling here, right? This to retrace parts. Yeah, this is only relevant because it is a 4 hour gap on the other assets, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and take this trade. This is like 4 hour. I mean, yeah, there's really not. We should go for this, by the way, or the 6 hour. You know what? I think we will go for the 6 hour. It kind of doesn't make sense not to hit that at this point, because like this is just equal as a lower time frame. So I'm mostly looking at RTY. I will manage it a little bit aggressively because obviously RTY is closer to these sides. See, so we get new validation already, by the way. It's not really a swim point to where you would trail, so we'll wait, but okay. I see which 2R though. Like 2R, we start expanding. Yeah, we can probably at least trail for sure. Like, yeah, if I look at 2 minute, we can definitely trail. Well, let's see if we get a gap actually. Oh yeah, we can definitely trail. Like, we should not come back here. The open shouldn't. Even if that is a gap, no, it will not be a gap, right? This low could be a gap, and that's fine, right? If we create a 50-minute, sure. We should not be wicking down here though. That's for sure. It's actually, yeah, let's push this 50-minute close. Yeah, yeah. It's not too hard, but I'll trail it, I guess. So this is open, right? No, it's right before open. Oh, okay, I will definitely. I see. Yeah, R2 is gonna hit these. Let me see. Okay, okay. We can go break in. So I'll hit go break in as soon as R2 hits the side right here. Holy word. Damn. Holy shit. Okay, so really couple it open. Really just no two stage, bro. It's pretty unfortunate there's no two stage on the main triad. So yeah, this is not the best reversal ever. I would say this though has to work. Because since the RS are failing to play this, yeah, it has to. Yeah. If only we had like SMT fill here, that would be pretty good. We really don't, so it's unfortunate. Well, perhaps a 30-minute. Let's see. No. Yeah, no, we don't. It's like kind of, it is advanced burn discount, so yeah. Oh, there it is. Pretty simple here. I think you could use 1 minute or two. Yeah, I'm pretty much using the 2 here. Right, the 3 looks a little bit odd. Right, you could probably wait, but the 2 minute, 1 minute are definitely there. So yeah, that was pretty simple. It is like kind of unconventional. So you have NQS failing to play high debt, and you have two stage with RTY. So as long as RTY is reversing here, which it is obviously, again this is not the cleanest shit though. We can trade this, right? And technically this is trend switch as well. It's between Y and RTY. I don't usually do it, but it's because like I mean you can do this pairing, right? Where you're aligned, where you just trade YM based on what RTY is doing. If it's fine, like if in the context of the triad it's fine, right? If YM was like if NQ was totally bearish, like it just had reverse off of this high, it's probably likely to be old SMT there, like like Enki is expanding lower and RTY is going higher, there's going to be a middle asset in this. I mean, it's not triad, but don't want to trade that. But in the context of these assets failing to manipulate the high, we're just using like RTY to time this expansion here. And again, I wouldn't trade this just because it's equal lows. But if it does reverse, right? But like, look, when I entered, it's like pretty much here. Like at this point, RTY, this probably is not a retracement. So yeah. All right, so I'll go ahead and Figma this, and I'll probably do another day. Yeah, like we have Friday, so I'll probably do that. All right, so I'm back. I did the slides right here. This year is 4.7R, whatever. So I'm using NQ and ES to gauge where one should expand, and I'm using this right here as a key level, right? Inside of today's range, right? Just like from 1800 to 2M high, right? I'm using that. Obviously, if you go to hourly, it's like a little bit different, but this asset is in discount and this asset is in way above premium, right? It's just ripping through the high. So this right here, this little manipulation between NQ and between YM and NQ, that should be the resync, right? For YM to expand, especially since completely overlooked by me. I did not even check because again, I don't really care since we expand away from it. Even if this is on only one stage on the daily, it is two stage on the 4 hour, right? Where this is transit PSP. No, actually, no, it's not strong switch PSP, my bad. It's just PSP, right? This 4 hour hot, like candle right here, 10 a.m. From yesterday is PSP, right? So we expand to that. Well, what I want to say is I am using RTY to align myself for expansion, right? So this right here, since both assets try into the 4 hour gap, it's like I have to use a relevant swing on the hourly, right? To frame this SMT, and yeah, it's just paste the SMT, right? With trend switch, and that's why you can fade, like because we do lead this low technical retreat RTY. I had to wait for the close to be fair, but you can fade that because it's trend switch PSP, so it means this asset is reversing. So this asset should not rerun the low. There's no need for that, right? Because it's already two stage. So you could trade RTY, but I think this is fine, especially looking at the trade, right? This is pretty damn good. Like it has to happen here. I'm using RTY to time this expansion because it's only one stage on the main triad. But that does not mean that we cannot expand, right? If it's two stage here and it makes sense to expand here for WAM, both in the context of the triad and this diet, then you can take it. Or if you really don't want to take this, then you take RTY, I guess. But yeah, this offers a little bit better RR as well. And yeah, I'm using like kind of a weird 2 minute, right? 2 minute alignment. I only use this with 30 minute. But mostly, yeah. So that little 50 minute that I marked is pretty much just consolidates in a 30 minute PSP, right? This right here on the lower time frame. Anyways, so we can resume right here. So you would not look for anything like, especially like mechanically, you could even TP when R2A hits this, but obviously this hits TP right away, like right at the same time. So we don't really care about that. Yeah, so I mean, you'd be pretty much like you can just skip this day. Like it's probably not gonna be the highest probability day. Like I guess YM can expand a little bit more. But like these houses are gonna have a very hard time, and like because we're super overextended, right? So yeah, damn, R2 just ripped through the high, crazy. I am not holding for these. There's like on the daily is pretty small, but yeah, it's pretty hard to assume we're gonna get there. Right, so where am I TPing? The 6 hour gap. I guess I could TP the 4 hour if I was greedy. I don't know. That's perfectly like this is around EQ, the 6 hour, right? So I'm TPing there. It makes sense to me. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so let's go to Friday then. So there's nothing on Friday. All right. We're gonna skip to 9 then. Okay, yep. So we have to keep in mind that this weekly candle does not support expansion higher, right? Except for this also, obviously. That's why you can kind of fade that. Like the fact that the weekly doesn't support it. I mean, honestly, no, you can trade this expansion candle higher. It just will have a hard time expanding past the weekly open, right? That could have also been a TP, by the way. That's right there. That's weekly open. That does not mean that you cannot trade this or that we will not expand to that, right? That day. But you can absolutely trade that. It's just, yeah, it's gonna have a hard time expanding past weekly open. Same thing for these other assets. So let's see what we do PM session. Okay, so it looks like we reversed. Let's go hourly. Yes, we did reverse yesterday. Okay, and then now the day is opening high first. We already have two stage only. Wait. Okay. It is very close to these highs. This is the only time we'll do this. I want to see if this is inside of an hourly gap, which it is. We barely went above it, that's fine. The only problem, yeah, look at this, however, it's very close to the lows. Yeah, so like this is, I don't think this is a true reversal here. See how much we expand here? See how many gaps we create? I mean, honestly, Asia consolidate. It's mostly London. See how many gaps we create? Look at here. Just only 1 hourly gap. That's like irrelevant. See, we're just like, this is our retracement compared to this day. See how much more of an expansion this is compared to this? So I'm seeing this as open high first. And the only thing is like, do we have like SMT? Ideally, like R2I hit this high. Yeah, that would be very ideal. There's no SMT. It's unfortunate. Okay, we have SMT fill on the hourly though. I just saw this. It's right before the open, though. Yeah. Oh, you would trade YM though, probably. I mean, I don't know. YM is very close to the low. You remember what I taught? Like I said last backtesting session on indices. You ideally want to trade these assets that are further away from low opening price compared to this asset, because these should expand more. Like, you know, there's a high chance we get some sort of trend switch, even if we don't bother it, because we are failing to a blade low there. So technically you could trade this. It's just, it kind of looks like consolidation though on the hourly, especially. This is already X expanded. Is there a 90-minute? Yes, this would be a 90-minute gap. It is a 90-minute gap, my bad. So I don't deem this high necessarily as protected, especially here. I think we might want to trade into this. Is it a gap? It's like, yeah, okay, it's like equal highs and lower. I do see that as a gap, especially because this asset, it is on WAM and it is on RQY, right? So I'm thinking that's already two-stage though. With strength PSP, I don't know, let's just see what we get. Okay, you do, like, we do CSD, you don't want to see this deep of a retracement. Now, yeah, now I'm assuming we should probably rerun this high. Right. This is where SMT gets put pretty early in the candle. As you can see, this is 30-minute. It gets put very early, and we come back very deep. Like you can pretty much just demand a resup at this point, right? We do not want to see the CSD higher. It just makes no sense, right? We don't want to see that. So I'm demanding. Oh shit! I was about to skip 4 hours. I'm demanding a resup of that. Like, very likely to happen. All right. Which does happen. No, these are equal highs. Crazy. Okay, we do get it. I mean, I don't know. This just looks like consolidation. Let's see what we do off of that. See how we're just not expanding? We have to wait. We have to wait for open. At this point, you know, it's 10 minutes. Since there is no CSD, I mean, actually, we could get it. It's still, I guess we're still doing this, but I'm thinking NQ play trades into this right here. I'm making 90 minutes trend switch. Well, that would be dope if actually we did that. Is that an hourly gap? Yes, okay. Also try that on RTY. So I'm thinking since YM is now reversing off of this low and is creating equal lows, that's why I'm thinking shorts and the supports, right? It's like inside of the ski level. Yeah, and this is also middle asset. You see how close it is. We could probably trade even ES to low day or this low. I think we should get to that low if we're gonna go lower. Or just like equal lows. Shit. This got even better as a drawn liquidity. Alright, we're just gonna wait for open. Alright, so we kind of invalidate that. So like, because we had two stage, so ideally ES breaks the SMT. Okay, so ES does break the SMT. Accuse for high day? Let's see what happens to open here. Yeah, because I'm thinking like we don't really have SMT with this high anymore. But it's also no SMT in the gap, so I think we probably need to take this high. Oh, and the 4-hour will support as well if you do. Yeah, okay. This is right before open as well. Alright, so like now we're in a gap. Well, this has it's like in a sense, right? I do use this quite often. I don't need two stage to trade this. I mean, it's already two stage on hard tracker. I don't need to trade two stage because this asset is an EQ and it's in a gap, right? If the same thing can be said for YM, by the way. It's just not the cleanest. Yeah, I mean it's in a 90-minute. All right, so let's see what happens here. All right, so this actually does CSD. We wanna see NQ aligned though. Even if I would wanna take this, like we have to see NQ aligned. Okay. Oh, this is CSDs immediately. I don't like what this is doing, to be fair. It is just decoupling. So like this is where decoupling out new high there. Okay, so we don't have SMT there. ES is the weakest technically. Oh, this pre is high. Oh, no way, that's actually perfect. Wait. This is actually perfect. We know this is decoupling, this is not true reversal over here. So this must be a manipulation. Dude, that's where this is where you could soup this high, bro. Like I legit, like you just get like 2R, like something like this. I never trade like this, but this is where you could soup this high. Anyways, so we maintain that. Now we have SMT piece this high, right? This high, so it's a little bit weird. SMT, where technically ES is the weakest, so I'm gonna demand for ES to also be aligned for if I want to take NQ, or we might even take ES technically. This is aligned, so okay, there it is. This is starting to reshape. A little bit of a deep retracement, but look at this asset now. It has damn near reversed, right? This is perfect. We just need a CSD on these assets. I believe we get the, let's see. Okay, so yeah. We get the 3-minute here. It's not the clincher. So look at YM. Obviously, this is a manipulation, or to go lower. And not a large wick, so we can definitely look for what? EQ this range. Right, just like this 4-hour gap. And we can trade this lower. I would trade yes, arguably. I'm thinking arguably this cannot be the weakest, so it technically should be NQ, but ES is closer to the draw liquidity. Yeah, you just take this 3-minute. Probably stop at run EQ of this wick right here. Yeah. Put it 1 tick higher, it's fine. Yeah, I'm thinking you TP there. 3R. I don't even think you could probably, yeah. You could probably take NQ as well, but like, what's the RR? Like, it has 1R. It's probably gonna get there. It is probably gonna get there as well. I honestly though, looking at YM, really, no, I'm not sure if you're gonna like just rip through this. Like, probably gonna rip through like pre-stage low. I mean, not pre-stage low, this low and low day. Yes, because this probably is a reversal. I just don't know where we might cap off the range. Did R2I trades into daily? No. Yeah, I mean, R2I has a long way to EQ. like this. I'm not sure. It's not even a gap. It's a forward swing. So this is where I don't like shorting like RQY. Technically, this is like, let's like this though. And we had this right here. Yeah, so it's 2-stage. Well, and when my place pretty high. So you could probably take this. I think this offers better R and a better draw though. So I'm taking metal offset, but it's fine. I think like it should definitely get to these lows at least. Or probably NQ as well. I mean NQ is pretty far, yeah. You see this is a lot closer. Yeah, I would just take this. Gotta see what happens. So that would have been a retest. I don't think, yeah, it's definitely not needed. Oh, that got very close. All right, so we got a new invalidation. This is, I mean, you could probably wait for the trail. Ideally, you wait for this low to be hit, but then we do trail. Yeah, you definitely trail to that high. We shouldn't come back to that again. Oh, and this is like, oh, it hits the low. Okay. Okay, NQ is failing to believe these lows. Look, dude, it's like, dude, it's like, as long as this fucking consolidates as this low, we should get there on NQ and yes. Oh yeah, okay, we're getting there. You can definitely go break even here. We should not return to my entry. See how there's just like, obviously this move passed to R, but see there's no new invalidation technically. Well, like this is a body's invalidation, but there's plenty of gaps where we should not do this. At that point, it's a reversal, right? Yep. Yep. Oh, okay, there is. They hit it at the same time. So yeah, it would have been better to take NQ. I still think it's higher prob. It's a little bit better to take ES in this case. It's a little bit higher probable. We should definitely get there, but this looks a lot cleaner, right? Also delivering from a gap. Like obviously, ES is not the weakest. It's either YM, which actually does get to this low first. So yeah. So technically the weakest is YM. So this is the strongest, and like I would rather trade middle asset, right? Yep. But so does it make sense why you have to wait? Start from like that 30 minutes. So we already had 2-stage, right? So pattern trading that you would, and I mean, it's like if you enter here, I guess if you enter 8:30 is fine. There's no news though, so I wouldn't do that. That's why I always skip to 9. If there is news at 8:30, sure. Like this could have definitely been that 2-stage right there. Well, I guess it was 1 stage, but then it closed PSP. And if you look inside, right, you always have to look inside. This is like just expanding higher at this point, right? That's why it closed PSP. So we're assuming, well, it should go for this high. Then does this high resync? No. We hit this high. Does this high resync SMT break? No. I guess like technically we don't hold the SMT on YM. So then we probably need to manipulate high day, right? In the sense of manipulating precise high as well. So it's pretty textbook here. Yeah. I'll track this. I can do 3.3. Yeah, so this adds up to a round number. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Previous one was 4.7. All right, so time to Figma, I guess. It's gonna take a little bit, but yeah, very clean overall. And we know again, this is when it's the decoupling. It's obvious. So you don't have to wait for this to CSD. Technically, it does. By the way, it's crazy. I think it's crazy good. That's what I meant. Because like in today's PA, we would probably just consolidate here and then or just kind of rip through it. Dude, look, right, literally CSD. Right, so we know this is some manipulation, and we know this should expand as well. Where WAM is telling, and again, this is what we do. We hit like the 4 gap around EQ,
this kind of just turns into consolidation. You expand higher, do a two-stage crack node, right? So this is just kind of consolidation, exactly what we needed for these houses to hit the drop. All right, so I'll go ahead and Figma this, and then that'll be all. Honestly, pretty quick session. Yeah. Okay, so there it is. I am done with the slides here. So obviously we're forming lower here, off of one stage on the daily, just because the weekly does not support expansion. And this day does close as a C2, by the way, where, and so that obviously there's no S&T. So again, it's just kind of low probability. It's a high probability retracement though, right? Because of this lower resistance liquidity built up overnight. That's literally perfect, right? On both NQ and ES. So that's why I'm using the daily here to show YM, because that's the only S&T we have. But obviously high days here is already confirmed. We had two stage, and so we maintain the, still have the S&T previous high, right? Which this is previous high. Anyways, so yeah, that was very clean. I am pretty sure, I think I did take this shred actually live. Now I'm starting to remember. It's been a while. Yeah, I think I did take this trade live. I think I took yes as well. I don't know if my entry was this one, the 5 minute though. I might have taken the 5 minute, but I'm starting to remember the stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I will not search for that, but I'll probably posted it if I did take it. It's probably on my X. Anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be it. That's 8 hour in the 2 days. Pretty clean. I'll see you guys later.